Buddy! Buddy! Buddy, please! I love you, buddy! I don't want you to die!
And that all happened because of me. It was my fault. Just to let you know what went down just now. A couple days ago, I put up the new chicken winter paddock, moved my fence charger over to the chicken paddock, and I said I was going to build a jumper to run the power from that fence down here to my goat fence, which I never did. I had plans to do something else with the charger within a couple days, and today was the day I was actually going to make all that work. But this morning, my son came out to do the goat chores, and Button, our big boy, decided to test the fence, which was not charged, got his horns through it, got stuck, and I feel so bad because when we first got our goats, I talked to all the kids about the electric charge box. I showed them where the on and off was at. I kind of talked about, if you ever see a goat or an animal wrapped up in the fence, we go over, we turn it off. And then we talked a little bit about, what happens if nobody's here. They could get wound up in the fence. They could choke and they could die. So the emotions that my son was probably just going through his body was just probably insane. And you can hear it in the video. He was so sad. He didn't know what to do. Luckily, I was not home. Well, not luckily that I wasn't home, but luckily I happened to turn on my goat cam, which I typically do kind of in the mid mornings when I'm not home, just to see if he did come out and do his chores and stuff. And sometimes I have to remind him or whatever like that. But I popped it open, saw him on the ground with the goat. I could see the fence was all messed up, and he is just, he just lost it. It was just a lot. It's sad. It is sad that he had to deal with that, but it all worked out all right. I was able to call home, talk to the wife. She came out here, took care of the goat, got it back in there, got the fence all put back together for the most part, and now I'm out here today to go ahead and take care of the fence. So the big problem we're having is that I can't keep that charger charged with the solar panel during these winter months. It's just either way too cloudy for too many days in a row, we've had too much snow, there's frost, there is ice on it, and it just cannot stay charged. Right now it's actually, it's blinking green. We have full charge right now, but it doesn't take much. 2-3 days, and in this super cold weather, it's 19 degrees out right now. It is freaking cold. My hands actually hurt just not having gloves on them, but it's not keeping charge. And so my plan is we're going to utilize the charger. It has two options: solar charge, which is great, but it also has a port on it to plug it in. And now we have power. We have all the power we need. And we have a plug inside right there. So that was my plan for today. We are actually going to, oh, there you go. See, this curious guy, there he is. He's just getting all up in everything, aren't you, buddy? But that is the plan today. We are actually going to hardwire in our fence charger to the 110 outlet, and we're going to run cables directly to each of our fence lines, and we'll have good solid power. No more worries about solar charging and the power to the battery draining and losing all power. So after today, this should be fixed. So really the first step is really just going to be to power down this unit, take it all down, and we will take it over to the little hay shed and see where we can maybe either mount or set this inside somewhere. So my first step is going to be disconnecting all this and actually pulling the battery out of the casing itself. There we go. There is the negative. That's done and out of there. And for the positive. Okay, all disconnected, so we can pop this open. There we go. Don't even think about it, lady mama. Don't even think about it. So I can and there is our battery. So we'll take that inside. Oh, lady mama. And we will do a little trickle charge and keep that charged over the winter. And now we have a simplified charger here. Now, the reason I took the battery out, now I was wondering, because to charge the battery, you use the front port. You plug it into 110, it charges the battery, and then they say you do not want to overcharge it. It could, hurt the battery. Well, to also run the charger off of 110, you use the same plug. So I actually called Premier One and just asked really quick to find out, because their documentation didn't really say anything, is if you're bypassing the solar panel and you want to just run it off the 110, what do you do with the battery? Is it going to charge the battery while it's charging the fence? Are you going to end up overcharging the fence? Is it going to do nothing? Does it override itself internally somehow? And that's kind of what it does. She says it will send enough power through this to energize your fence, but it will not have enough power to also charge the battery. So the battery would literally just sit here and eventually die, especially in the cold weather. So she recommended to take it out and take it inside and store it for the winter, since I will not be using it at all for the solar portion of this. So that is why I decided to take it out. And it's a lot lighter too, actually. But I'm gonna set it, I think I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna just literally set it right down here. And so since I'm gonna be putting the charger somewhere in this corner, because this is where the outlet is at right here, I'm gonna drill 2 holes. Well, let's see, 2, 3, actually 3 holes probably, through the floor here. And that's where I'm going to run this double-walled wire through, and that's what's going to feed the power. And then I will put these little clips on the end, and that's what will tie in to the fence itself to send the power to it. So I actually am going to need 3 holes, because I need to have a grounding wire coming out from the box to some grounding stakes that will be in the ground, and then I need to have 2 more wires, one to head out, feed the chicken fence, and then the other one to feed the goat fence. So I need 3 of them back to back to back. Perfect. I want a pretty small, tight hole, because I do not want any rodents or anything getting inside here. I want it just big enough for our wires to go down, serve the purpose. So I'm gonna place 2 grounding rods. I got this 18-inch one, and then I got a 3-footer. So my hole is right down here, so I'm gonna try to drop it. It's right here, probably underneath here. Get it down. There we go. And then I'm gonna go a few feet this way and see if I can get another one down here. Oh, pretty soft. That should work pretty good. Okay, we got first ground rod hooked up and second ground rod hooked up into the shed. And then from here, I actually have, here's my ground rod, which will attach right to there. Now I just gotta run my 2 main power lines to the fences. Hopefully I'll have enough length and get some attachments on there, and we should be able to hook this thing up. Okay, so this should be our goat line. Where is it at? There it is. So I'll go wrap around that once. Hey, stay out of there, buddy. Stay out of there, bud. I kind of want to run it. I have my electrical line from the plugging in to the water heater running down there. It'd be kind of nice to run it that same line. So I might add a little extra length onto here. See if I can get it to run around this. And for now, we're just gonna lay it on the ground. I mean, it's gonna be insulated, so I don't think I have to worry about it too much. Just need a tiny bit more. And that should get us pretty much to where we need right there. And so here's the fence end that I just cut back. And what I did last time is I literally just wrapped it around itself. Then I have this clip. This is the same clip that the fence itself comes with. And I wrap it around the wire and then crimp that together, and then that's what creates my little pigtail that I can then tap right into the fence. So it just takes a little bit of a squeeze here, and we're basically good to go. Yeah, then just like that, we have our little pigtail that we can tap into any line on the fence, or this will attach directly to the clip itself on either end of the fence. But this will allow us to tap in mid-run if we want to also. Let's see if I can get this pulled underneath through here. There we go. Oh, that's plenty right there. So I think I'm gonna leave it right like that. All right, we got all of our lines ran. We have both the chicken and the goat runner right here. We have our ground right here. So we just gotta attach it to our box and we should be good to go. All right, so we got our plug. And then into the outlet itself. Okay, it's flashing solid green. We should have power. All right, everything looks pretty good for now. Let's go ahead and pull a reading off this. So we're getting about 4,000 volts, which typically we get about 7,000, but I do have snow around the base. So I think I'm gonna run around this entire fence, kick the snow off. But I put the goats back inside and he touched the fence and he did get zapped a little bit. He's getting awfully, yeah, he's scared of it now. He's actually walking away from it. So it's at least doing its job. But I think if I clean some of the snow off along the bottom row, we should get this voltage up just a little bit more and we should be pretty darn good. So I do believe that was the trick. I went around the entire fence, I stuck my foot underneath there and I scraped all the snow away and went on the inside, pushed everything away, turned the fence back on, and I can actually hear the power bursting through the fence. So I have a feeling we're gonna have way more voltage right here. Oh yeah, 7,000 volts. So we are maxed out again. So we are 100% protected, just like we were previous. And these goats are getting awfully close. You're about to get shocked, bro. Goats, 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 goats. Goats, goats, goats. All right, there we go. We now have full power to both the chicken and the goat fences. No more solar charger, at least for the winter time, but we should have no more worries. Full 7,000 volts, should keep the goats in. We are good to go. Hope you enjoyed today's video. See you all next time. Later.